Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hot people from all over the world, this is going to be the part 2 of this series where I'm going to explain the whole process of you making and publishing a fantastic, delicious looking cookbook. This is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, which was a phenomenal video because I did it, of course, you should go to my previous video. I'm going to leave the link right below in the description from this video so you can do that. And in that video I explained the beginnings of what you should expect once you publish a cookbook, and also how you can scrap for all of the keywords that I have over here in this list. How you can easily get a lot of ideas, which now in this video I'm going to analyze these keywords and I'm going to see their profitability and also their competition. So I'm going to show you the process that I used for this. So this is going to be a fantastic video that you want to keep watching. Also, if you haven't liked this video, go right below, click on that thumbs up. It's always a great thing that you can do today. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more of these videos and other videos related to Kindle publishing, and also several ways for you to make money online. So let's get this video rolling. Today let's talk about how you can analyze your keywords and see whether if they are profitable, whether if they are competitive, and whether you should actually get a book about that keyword and publish it so you can start making tons and tons of money. Okay, I'm being a bit exaggerated, but you will do money, of course. That is the whole point of this video. So let's go over here to our Amazon store. And you can see that now I have a list of about 22 keywords, which of course I'm not going to analyze all of these keywords, or otherwise I would take like a lot of time, of course. And I'm going to analyze about 2-3 keywords over here, the ones that kind of sparked my interest, and I'm going to show to you my thought process, okay, the way that I think about this. So let's choose over here a few of them. Let's go for low salt diet, low sodium diet, recipes, air fry cookbook. I like this one, air fry cookbook. I think it's about that frying machine that doesn't require oil, and you can fry stuff over there. Okay, so always make sure that once you are analyzing keywords, always make it in incognito mode. For this, you go over here to, this is Google Chrome that I'm using. If you are using another browser, I'm not sure how you can do it, but over here you just click on this 3 dots and you go and you click on new incognito window, because you want to analyze all of your keywords without having your Amazon account open, and then Amazon uses your preferences, so you want to avoid that. So go over to Kindle store and you just write the keyword that you want, and let's see what we get over here. A lot of different keywords. I'm going to use KDP Spy. If you don't have this app, I suggest for you to get it. It's super cheap, and I mean, it really helps you a lot. I'm going to leave a link for this app right below. So what does KDP Spy does? You click on this icon and beam bomb, yeah, and you get everything that you need in a single compact window. So over here you can analyze all of this information and see if this keyword is profitable, if this keyword is competitive, and all of those great things. Okay, so it's really quick. You don't need to like spend your time just scrolling down and you know, sometimes even opening books in all of these windows, and you know, it's very monotonous, especially once you are doing this for hundreds of keywords. It gets very boring. So let's check over here. So average BSR, you know, when it comes to this, I like to keep an average BSR of 200,000, okay, in the Kindle store. And what I mean about this means that all of these 20 books divided by, I mean, the sum of all of the sales rank of these 20 books divided by their number gives you the average BSR. You can see the average BSR for this books is 88,000. That is a pretty good BSR. The reason why I want to keep this BSR about 200,000 up maximum to 300,000 is because this gives me a good idea that the books for that particular keyword in average are selling well. What does this mean to you? This means that if you publish a book for this keyword and you actually rank your book on the front page of results, there's a good chance that you will make money with your book. Over here you have a really fantastic BSR, but the other thing that you want to check is you want to go through this list and see if you have books that aren't relevant to this particular keyword, because that will kind of screw up the average BSR. I mean, if you have, like, this is air fryer cookbook, and all of a sudden you see a book, a novel book, or let's say a yoga book appearing over here, it doesn't make sense, and it will screw your BSR, because what happens is, I mean, if people are searching for air fryer cookbook and they go over here and they see a novel, for example, they aren't going to purchase that novel, of course, because they aren't searching for that. So what happens is it screws the BSR, and most likely that book will have a really high BSR, which will screw over here your average. So what you want to do but what you want to do when that happens is simply exclude that book over here from the list. Just like this, you just click on this checkbox. In this case, it's all about air fryer, so I can see that the average BSR is 88,000. It's a pretty good BSR. Actually, where it is, it's over here. So I'm just going to put, you don't need to put 80,000 something, you know. I just put 88. It gives me just an idea of this. And now I want to see a few hitters. What I mean about this is a few books in this list that have below 30,000 BSR, because this means that if I publish a book over there, there's a good chance that my book will be a good book, kind of hit a home run. Okay, that is what I want. And you can see that you have plenty of books like that. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a bit above. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it seems like 9 books in total. That is a lot of books. Okay, so what I try always to find over here is I want to find like at least 2-3 books or more that have below 30,000. Okay, this gives me immediately a good idea that this is a very, very profitable keyword. And if I publish a book over here, first, this over here gives me an idea that if I publish a book over here, there's a good chance that if my book goes to the front page of results, that it will be profitable, because most books over there in average are doing pretty well. Then over here in this second column, or the third column in this case, it gives me an idea that, there's a good chance that if I do a good job with my book, with the cover of my book, with an enticing subtitle, with good content, there's a good chance that it will hit a home run by ranking below 30,000 BSR. And that is, that means that it will sell a lot of copies each day, which, okay, so over here, we have a good idea that it's a profitable keyword. What happens over here is, like, let's say that I'm going to analyze other keywords. Probably we will get an example like this, but let's say that you get over here, like for example, this keyword, you get a BSR, an average BSR of 400,000 and something, and you go over here and BSR below 30K, and you just have one book over there ranking well. Okay, I wouldn't go and publish a book about this because it doesn't seem profitable, because the average of books over there aren't doing well, aren't performing well, and we only have one book that has that is below 30K. Actually, the idea that I would get is probably most people who are searching for this particular keyword are searching for a book that belongs to just one specific author, and only that author has his book or her book performing well for that keyword. Many times that is the case. It doesn't mean exactly that it needs to be the case for this. So if that happens and you see that a keyword isn't profitable, it's not even worth for you to check the competition, because you immediately know that, well, the competition is really stiff. Stiff, I mean, the profitability isn't good. That's what I mean, okay? Now let's go to and check the competition in this last two columns. So what you want to check is the number of results. What you want to have is about 1,000 results in the Kindle store. In this case, we have a bit above. That doesn't really mean that you shouldn't go for this. You kind of gotta take this don't take it exactly way too serious, okay? I mean, if a book if you see that the profitability is 100,000 and you have 3 books doing well when it comes to the BSR, and you have a decent competition, I'm not telling you for you to not go and publish a book. Probably you won't do so much money, but there's still a chance for you to do some decent money by publishing a book over here. This is just kind of, I would say, kind of a general rule that you should follow, because this will allow you to kind of get decent results with the books that you publish. So when it comes to results, I like to keep it about 100 or 1,000 results, I mean. Now this has 2,000. That doesn't mean that it's bad per se. I probably will still go for it, okay? It really depends on the books that I see over here for the last column, but this means that the more books, the more results that you have, the more people you have publishing related books to Air Fryer. And what that means is the more books that you have piling up for that particular results, the more you kind of need to, it's harder for you to kind of get out of that huge pile of books that are already there. And yeah, over here we have 2,000 results. It's not bad. It's not exactly bad. I like to keep it a bit less than that. And then reviews. When it comes to reviews, what you want to see is you want to first see that if that keyword already has publishers, okay? That is extremely important. You want to see if that keyword has publishers. And by this I mean that you want to check the number of reviews. Typically, when it comes to publishers, they have books with 60, 40 reviews, sometimes 80. And if you see books with this one over here that has 2,000 reviews, then most likely it is from an author. And the more authors that you have publishing books for a particular keyword, the harder it will be for you to get your book in the front page of results and be able to compete with the authors over there, because they can simply get a lot more reviews. They can simply outsell your book, and it's extremely hard. So let's go over here to the KDP Spy app and see what we have over here. Okay, so the first 2 books, this is a pretty good sign. Okay, this book seems from a publisher. The cover is pretty good. You can see this is a pretty good cover. Let's see the title. This is what you want to check, you know. This is my process. Sometimes I'm trying to structure this, but a lot of times I just check and kind of go to one book, see the cover, see the description. I kind of try to see if there's a way that I kind of can overcome my competition. But it's a good sign when you actually see publishers appearing in a list, okay? Because this gives you an idea that you can actually probably publish a book and kind of perform well with your book as a publisher. So let's check over here. Okay, this title is well optimized. The publisher has actually added the main keyword over here. Let's check the subtitle, which is this, and let's check it. A complete air fryer cookbook for beginners. Okay, this is 600 easy recipes to prepare delicious healthy meals for your loved ones and friends from breakfast to dinner. Okay, I really don't like much the the title over here. I wouldn't do this. It kind of, the publisher over here kind of stuffed keywords unnecessarily. He would have done a better job if he actually did air fryer cookbook for beginners and kind of exclude all of this crap over here, because I mean, this is just stuffing keywords because the author is the publisher is trying to rank for this keyword. So air fryer cookbook for beginners would have been better, and this publisher would still rank for this keyword and also for air fryer cookbook for beginners, and this is necessary. And just keep it simple. 600 easy recipes to prepare delicious meals for your loved ones, friends, and for breakfast. Yeah, that would sound better. Just exclude this section over here and just add air fryer cookbook for beginners. Okay, I'm just giving an idea of a few things that you shouldn't do with your books. One of them is simply stuff keywords necessarily in your title or in your subtitle. Okay, I think the description looks clean. It looks pretty good, pretty decent, and the cover is pretty good. So that's two bonuses. And, you know, it seems like a huge book. It probably has some images. So yeah, this is most likely from a publisher, but this publisher has done a pretty good job over here. The publisher has done a pretty good job. A good price for the paperback. It might have some images. We can check the preview. I mean, you don't exactly need to do this to check for your competition, but I'm just going because I'm just curious about what this publisher has done for. Yeah, actually this publisher just added 600 different recipes for air fryer without images, without anything. So this is a publisher. I typically don't like to do this. I try to add some images, but it seems to be working well for this publisher. This is still a new book, although, and usually what happens with new books is Amazon tries to kind of give a better ranking to new books so they can make a few sales and kind of prove themselves if they are worthy of being in the front page of results for a particular keyword. So it doesn't mean that this book will last for the next few months. It may not last, depending if this book keeps selling well. But it's a good thing that there's a few publishers over here. This also seems like a publisher. You can see the subtitle is, you shouldn't do this, put everything in caps. But this is in free promotion, so I wouldn't count this. Still, the cover is pretty decent. Okay, this is from an author. A lot of seems like from an author. All of these books. So let's check how many books over here we have from authors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a lot of books that belong from authors. Okay, when it comes to this, I like to have about 5 authors ranking their books. More than that, it starts becoming a struggle. Although there's still a publisher over here appearing. Okay, There's still a publisher appearing over here. Actually, a few of them. This first book actually doesn't have a rank. But my idea over here, the idea that I'm getting over here is, if I went and I wanted to publish a book, I'm not saying that I would exclude this keyword totally, but it certainly wouldn't be the first book that I would publish inside of the cookbook niche, okay? I probably would first publish a few books, like 2-3 books in other keywords that are less competitive and also profitable before going for this keyword. Because if you don't know, the more books you publish for a particular author name, it kind of starts building your reputation inside of Amazon. And if Amazon sees that your books are performing well, then they actually help your newer books ranking better inside of their search engine. So it wouldn't be the first book I would publish, but I would keep in mind probably publishing later down the road a book about air fryer cookbook, because it's extremely profitable. But the idea that I'm getting over here is, there's first a lot of authors for this keyword. Okay, there's a lot of authors. As I already said, there's about 10 authors. I would go for something with 5 authors, 6 authors, and more publishers for a particular keyword. And the other thing that I don't like over here is that the publishers that have their books over here, as you can see, these books were actually published pretty recently. So they are still receiving some boosting from Amazon, and it doesn't mean that these books will last long in the front page of results. So perhaps that's the reason why they are ranking over here. This free book, I'm not sure why it's appearing over here. Usually when it goes on a free promotion, Amazon doesn't like to put their books, the free books, in the front page, but sometimes it happens. So yeah, I would keep this as a book to actually, yeah, this is a profitable book. Authors are performing pretty well, but it's a book that I would go later down the road. I would publish a book about this after having like 3-5 books in other cookbook keywords. Okay, so I'm just going to let's put over here, I usually like to use a red for keywords simply that I don't want to go for, green for keywords that I want to go immediately for, and yellow has backup keywords for me to check later on down the road once I have my author or my pen name with a couple of books related to this particular niche. So I'm just going to put yellow. This is just a way to remember, a reminder, you know. So let's try another keyword, and I'm going to try actually low salt diet because I'm curious about this one. And probably this is, let's see the time over here, 23 minutes. This is kind of getting long, so let's just do this last one because I guess you get the idea. So the first thing that we want to check over here for a low salt diet, actually let's see over here, it seems like, yeah, let's actually check how many probably people are searching for this particular keyword when it comes to, yeah, I don't like this. Okay, the reason why I don't like this is it seems to me that people aren't exactly searching for low salt diet, and most likely what they are searching for, or at least most people, aren't going to Amazon searching for low salt diet. The reason I say this is because you can see many books over here with in their title with exactly this keyword, low salt diet. So in my mind, this means that most people who are going to Amazon aren't exactly searching for a low salt diet. And what I think they are searching is for low sodium diet or low sodium recipes or something similar. So let's actually try the other keyword. So I'm not even going to waste time over here. Let's try low sodium recipes and see what we get over here. Low sodium recipes. Nah. You have more books appearing over here. This seems like from an author. Let's just click over here so we can see this more quickly. Yeah, we have more books appearing over here about low sodium. So it seems to me that people are searching for low sodium recipes, low sodium cookbook, and probably low sodium diet. That seems like the keywords that people are using to search for this type of content in Amazon. So let's try just low sodium cookbook. I think that probably would be a more viable keyword. And see what we get over here. So we have a couple of books related to this. Low sodium cookbook for beginners. Let's check. Low sodium. So yeah, low sodium cookbook, low sodium recipes, low sodium diet. So this would be I would choose like low sodium cookbook probably from the title of my book, and I will use like low sodium diet, low sodium recipes, and also low salt diet, low salt cookbooks for my secondary keywords for this book. This doesn't seem really that bad. I mean, let's check. Some books aren't exactly related to low sodium, but we have, let's just check if all of these books are related to, yeah, they are all cookbooks, kind of related to low sodium. Not all of them are exactly related, but let's put over here 207. That is not that bad. That's not bad. Let's see how many of them are actually have a sales rank below 30,000. We have 1, 2. This is keto, low carb. Yeah. It doesn't exactly seem like a very profitable keyword over here. I probably wouldn't go for this keyword. It doesn't seem that profitable. Because let's check over here. Because I mean, even the books that are performing well aren't exactly about low sodium. Yeah, I wouldn't check the rest. Okay, over here I wouldn't check the rest. It doesn't seem that profitable, this keyword. And if I published my book, it probably wouldn't do that well. It doesn't seem that people are exactly going for this. So I'm just going to put over here red for this. So I later on don't waste time with this. And the same thing over here for a low salt diet. Let's check another one because this one was kind of quick. Let's check herbs for cooking. Yeah, herbs for cooking seems pretty interesting. I'm going to check this. And let's check another one. Herbs for cooking. Let's see what we get over here. Seems pretty interesting. Let's check. Herbs for cooking. And it doesn't seem. The thing that I'm seeing over here, it's kind of like the other one. It doesn't seem like many of these books. It doesn't seem exactly about herbs. Let me check more exactly. Cooking with herbs, absolute Indian recipes. That doesn't seem exactly related to herbs. So herbs and simple. Now I don't like this. I really don't like this. These books seem to be on free promotion or something like that, or just new books. Yeah, they are just new books that still haven't got a sales rank. I also don't like this keyword. So I'm not going to waste time over here. So let's just try another one and see what we get. Carnivore diet. Carnivore diet. Let's try carnivore diet. Let's try that one. I think it's a diet where people just eat meat, which is incredible. Just eating meat all day long. All day long eating meat. I like this. This seems something, seems at least kind of profitable until it gets over here. 279. Let's just check if everything is related. Yeah, it seems, although this last one, the vegan, I don't think people are actually going to the vegan and frugal carnivore diet. That's kind of strange. Vegan instant also. Now I'm going to exclude this one from the, I mean, people are searching for a carnivore diet. This isn't really related. It's vegan and people want meat when they actually search for this. So it's not that bad. 294. 294. Let's see how many of them are performing well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Got 5 books performing well, although they seem to be, let's just check over here, because I'm actually finding this one kind of awkward because it has a sales rank of 0. So something is not, yeah, this is a free promotion. So I'm actually going to exclude that one. Sometimes this happens and you just need to exclude it, and that kind of will increase the average sales. So that one I'm going to exclude because it doesn't make part. 312. And now let's check. 1, 2, so it's 4 because we exclude that one. Yeah, 4. Yeah, that's not bad. It's kind of above the one that it's kind of above 300. That means that in average these books aren't performing exactly well. Also, the books that have a BSR below 30K, they seem to be from authors and not exactly from publishers, which is not ideal. And let's check the competition. So competition, we have pretty few free results. 373, which is pretty good. Okay, below 100, below 1,000. Once again, I mean, don't get too caught up with this. I mean, if you see that there's not like, let's say that you have like 3,000 results, but you see that there's a lot of publishers and not so many authors in the front page of results, that's still, I mean, that's still a good keyword. You probably have a chance of ranking your book over there and doing quite some money. So let's go and let's check the number of books with a lot of reviews. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one doesn't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not exactly bad. I usually go for about 5, 6, something like that is not exactly bad when it comes to, although this book seems more about from authors. So would I publish a book over here? Yeah, I would probably publish a book over here, like my first book over here, and it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of decent. You can see that there are actually people searching for a carnivore diet. This book's over here, although they seem to belong to authors. Probably this one doesn't. Not sure. Not sure if this belongs to an author or not. It might not belong. I'm not sure. But this person already has a few books, so that also helps. But yeah, I would need to check more keywords, but I would definitely keep this book over here. Has a green keyword. it's not exactly the most profitable keyword from the bunch, because your Ferrari cookbook is just way more profitable. But in terms of competition, it's kind of fair. I mean, I would like to see a few more publishers performing quite well, but that doesn't mean that you can't do. You can see also a lot of these covers aren't exactly that good. This is from publishers. I mean, you can do a better job than this. Sometimes you just need to scroll down and see what they did. You can see, like, this person, this cover is pretty stinky, and you can do something better, even though probably this is from an author, but come on, this cover is pretty bad. It's not exactly a good cover. I mean, this is a good cover. This looks good. But this cover is kind of, I mean, it seems like someone, even though this might be from an author, it seems like this cover is from Fiverr. I'm not saying that all people who do covers on Fiverr are bad, but this seems like a cheap cover. Okay, so this gives me an idea that, yes, I would publish a keyword over here. I would need to do a better cover compared to my competition. And also, if I publish a keyword over here, my cover would be one of the things. And also, as you can see, the titles over here from authors aren't exactly ideal. It's really simplistic. So I could overcome my competition with a good cover, with a subtitle better than them, and also by providing great content, of course. And I would also need to check their description. So you can see this is basically based on this data that I got. This is the idea that I got from this keyword, and how I would actually compete with my competition by providing a better cover, a better subtitle compared to them. And also, when it comes to selling, I don't expect to make a huge amount of money with this book. Probably $200 per month with this book over here. Probably something like that is my expectations with this book. But it's definitely a keyword worth checking, because the competition isn't that hard, and it's fairly profitable. Okay, I guess you get a good idea of how you can analyze your keywords. Basically, this is the process that you need to follow. And yeah, it's kind of time consuming. The more you practice, the more you kind of get used to it. And this is what I check. I check average BSRs to get an idea of the average BSR of the books over there. And this gives me an idea that those books are in average are doing well or not. Also, I try to check if there's a few books hitting home runs. This gives me an idea that if I actually publish a book and do a good job, that I can have a home run for that book. Results gives me an idea of how many people are actually going for that keyword, because the more results, the harder it becomes for you to kind of get over and kind of get on top of all of the pile of books over there. And also, the number of reviews gives me an idea of the number of authors that are publishing books over there. This I try to go for 5, 6, 7, and a bit more. It starts really getting hard for you to compete. And also, always try to check when it comes to reviews if there are publishers over there. And also check as you saw before, I also saw the when they actually publish the books. This gives me an idea that if a book is from a publisher and it has like 3-4 months over there, then if I publish a book and do a good job, then probably my book will also maintain in the front page of results. Now, if all of the publishers only have books with a few days, and you don't see books over there from publishers that have a couple of months, then most likely those books will just eventually vanish from the first page of results, and only authors are able to keep their books over there appearing. So I know this is a lot of information, but this is what I do when it comes to analyzing keywords and checking their profitability and competition. So that is all for this video. We are going to pass to part number 3, which is my next video. And that is all for this video. Leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is all for now. Stay tuned with Jora and Alexo, and bye.